Alright, let's dive into something that's got the sports world buzzing, or maybe just me, because this one's a head-scratcher. So, USA Today dropped their preseason NFL rankings, and let me tell you, their take on the Philadelphia Eagles has me raising more than just my eyebrows. They've got the Eagles ranked at 19th. Yes, you heard that right. 19th. And personally, I think this is one of those moments where you just have to step back and ask, what were they thinking? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for independent thought. I love when analysts take a bold stance. But this? This feels less like a bold take and more like someone forgot to check the Eagles roster. I mean, let's break it down. The Eagles, a team that's made the postseason 5 straight years, with 2 Super Bowl appearances in that stretch, is suddenly the 10th best team in the NFC. Really? What makes this really interesting is the teams they're ranked behind. The Vikings at 17, the Commanders at 18, teams that, let's be honest, haven't exactly been setting the league on fire. And don't even get me started on the Rams, Seahawks, and Bears being ahead of them. It's like someone threw darts at a board and called it a ranking. Here's the thing, the Eagles' offense is a question mark, sure. They've overhauled it, and yeah, losing A.J. Brown is a hit. But let's not act like this team is suddenly devoid of talent. Jalen Hurts is still there, and while he might have some ups and downs, he's proven he can lead this team. And then there's the defense. Vic Fangio's defense. This isn't just a good defense, it's a dominant defense. We're talking one of the deepest defensive lines in the league, a linebacker core that's borderline ridiculous, and a secondary that's going to give quarterbacks nightmares. If you take a step back and think about it, this defense alone should have the Eagles ranked higher than 19th. I mean, how many Pro Bowlers are we looking at here? 6? 7? It's not a stretch to say this defense could carry the team while the offense finds its footing. What many people don't realize is that preseason rankings aren't just about projecting the best-case scenario, they're about objectively assessing where teams stand right now. And from my perspective, the Eagles' roster is being massively underrated. Sure, there are questions, but every team has questions in August. The difference is, the Eagles have a track record of success, a proven quarterback, and a defense that's going to keep them in every game. So, to rank them 19th? It just doesn't add up. One thing that immediately stands out is the lack of justification in USA Today's ranking. They mention the offense being virtually unrecognizable, but that's about it. No deep analysis, no real explanation. It's like they threw the Eagles in there just to stir the pot. Now, I'm not saying the Eagles are Super Bowl favorites, that's a whole other conversation. But 19th? Come on. Even if the offense struggles, this team is still going to be competitive. And if you're ranking them that low, you're basically saying teams like the Vikings and Commanders are better right now. In my opinion, that's just not the case. The Eagles have too much talent, too much experience, and too much defensive firepower to be written off like this. This raises a deeper question, though, how much do these preseason rankings really matter? At the end of the day, it's just sports, and what happens on the field is what counts. But still, these rankings shape narratives, influence fan expectations, and sometimes, they just don't make sense. A detail I find fascinating is how quickly narratives can shift in the NFL. 2 years ago, the Eagles were on top of the world, and now they're being treated like an afterthought. What this really suggests is that the NFL is a league of constant change, and maybe we're all guilty of overreacting to one bad season. So, here's my closing thought, let's not write off the Eagles just yet. Preseason rankings are fun to debate, but they're not the final word. The Eagles have too much going for them to be ranked 19th, and I, for one, can't wait to see how they prove the doubters wrong. What do you think? Is USA Today onto something, or have they completely missed the mark? Let me know in the comments, I'm curious to hear your take.